So I've had a few requests to go over making this Bowsette emblem, but before I do that, I want to clarify that I'm on PC, and if you're on console, the editor navigation might look different. It probably functions a lot better than PC. I haven't seen that many detailed emblems on PC because the emblem editor, I think it sucks. You can't change the level of the layer. You can't just hit an arrow to go up or down to navigate. You can't. So right now you see all these shapes on the side. I can't show you the name of this shape without actually going in and changing it. So if I right click and go change decal, this decal it's gone. It resets back to whatever I pick from the menu once I go into it. So I'm sorry that I can't show you the name of it, but you know, most of these were either in, actually I can go into just this other one that I copied. Oops, copy, change. Most of them are in tools and shapes here. Toward the bottom, you know, I used a lot of these for the hair. You have this piece here, this piece here, this piece. A few of them were in backgrounds. This piece I used for the mouth and for part of the bangs. See what it's doing over on the side here? I haven't even clicked on anything, but it's just messing the whole thing up. Alright, so let's just go layer by layer. I'll click on this. You can see the position and the scale and the rotation and copy those. To show you where that is on the icon or on the emblem, I'll drag this opacity slider. Another bug that I found is that if I was to drag this past, like really fast past 100, see it started to move my icon, and it even dragged it, you know, downward. So if you are gonna make an emblem that has where you're changing the opacity, just be really careful with how far you slide it, because that's definitely a bug. So the horn, here's your position. This layer is the background of the hair. The hair is a custom color, all the hair pieces. So go into the color mixer and you use these sliders, 255, 180, and 66. You cannot, on any number, you can't just click in it and type it in. I wish it was that easy. For the position, scale, and rotation, you actually have to use the slider. So if you're going through this and you can't get it exactly on a number on it that I have, that's fine. It's, you know, if you're off by one number, it's probably not going to make that big of a difference. So this next hair piece is the left side. And these are all skin colors. I think these are all just this bottom color on the color picker. And so this is the left arm. We've got the neck. And if I end up going through this too fast and you miss these numbers, just pause the video. This is the face. Now, the face is very round, and a lot of the layers I ended up using to try to give the face a normal, like almost kind of vertical shape. I did that with the hair pieces, but if you ended up finding a way to make a rounded square face where you didn't need to cover up so much of it, that you could save a lot of layers and add other detail on the emblem, like eyes or something like that. I had a hard time finding a way to make eyes that looked good, and I ended up just deciding not to, because it was taking up 8 to 10 layers to even try, and I wasn't happy with it. And I would rather have things like the arm chokers, or, you know, details down here or something. So this is the body armor is in the back. I'm sorry, the body armor is in front of this little rounded piece here, and this is just to cover up the lines from the body armor. The body armor itself, I think you could almost do without it, but the the arm on the left side, you end up missing this chunk out of it. I think I changed the color of this, so the skin actually wasn't that white color. It's the skin is the second box here. But the body armor, you almost don't need it. I am changing the scale right now. I don't want to do that. So this is about right there. That looks good, sure. Yeah, if you want to do without it, you can use a different layer just for that shoulder. This is the right arm choker. Now, I tested linking layers. If you had something in between your first and last layer and you link them, it takes whatever's in between and throws it either to the bottom or I think it was, I don't remember which side, but you don't want to link something unless it's from like all sequential numbers, 9, 10, 11. If you wanted to group 9, 10, and 12, layer 11 gets rearranged and it might mess up your picture. Anyway, so here is this one. This stud here's the left stud down here. You get the right stud. The horn. This horn could be somewhere above. I didn't find the need to move it, so I didn't. Now on to some of the hair pieces. This one's on the shoulder here, just to give it some depth. If you didn't have this, then I think it looks kind of funny. This is the top of the hair. This is the bangs piece, center bangs. You got this lock over here. The left side of the face was, if you see the rounded part right here, there's a lot of the rounded circle being covered up by this left side, and I ended up needing, I think, 3 layers over here. This piece here is the big one. Here, this looks like part of the bangs. This is probably also, yep, just the other side of the bangs. If it's so that's something I noticed. These positions, if you're copying these numbers, it doesn't tell you whether the icon is flipped or not. So if you put all these numbers in and it doesn't look right, just try flipping it. That might fix it for you. Earrings, left earring. Here's your bang piece that covers up part of the earring, so it just gives it better depth. This is a very small piece. I probably left it in because without this piece, the side of the face, it doesn't look natural. So this piece is just to kind of finish off the roundness on this side. Here's another bang piece. Here you got the hair layer here. Right side earring. I don't know if I explained it, but I'm only dragging the opacity so you can see where in the emblem that layer is. So here's another hair piece. Right there. The extra bangs piece up on the left. The crown is a bunch of layers. These pink and purple make up the mushroom part. Both of these are default colors. This one is, I think it was this one, the third up from the bottom on the pink, and these ones are the bottom color on the pink. So here's the big part. There's your positions. This is the left dot. and your right dot. And now the crown, this is a custom color. I use 255, 140, and 16 just to get that kind of bronzish gold color. This piece is the base of the crown. Might want to make it a little bit larger just so the bottom has a bit more of a rim to it. I think I made the other parts larger and forgot to adjust that the scale there. These half circles are the curve here. Here's the other side. And these three circles are the circles at the top of the crown. That one looks like it's not in the right spot. Should be maybe like that. Somewhere close to there. Second dot, it's on the left. And the third. And the dot really hides the angles from the half circle and then these bars. So this bar's on the left. It looks like you almost don't need it, but the shapes used to fill in the center, they do almost cover everything, but you really need your edges. You want the edges to be straight, kind of hidden, hiding the things underneath. The pentagon covers most of it. The pentagon and the trapezoid both work together to fill in the whole thing. Alright, so now the last few pieces. Yeah, one more hair piece here. And again, this layer really could be anywhere up above, but you know, moving it's a pain. This is your center choker. This has a good number of layers to it, but they're all pretty straightforward. You got your two studs in the center, and then these studs on the outside have both a circle and a triangle. Grouping it once you're finished prevents you from having to move every single one of these if you want to readjust where it is on the emblem. So it's very useful. I haven't played Black Ops since, I don't know, Black Ops 2, and I really don't remember anything about the emblem editor, but being able to group layers is really nice, because now if I want to, I can just drag the whole thing. Mouthpiece. This is the levels of the layer probably matter more on the mouth, you know, because you want them all on top in order. If you had this red piece over the teeth, that would obviously not look right. Or if you had the black piece in between the red and the white, it would just cover up whatever's under it. So black on the bottom. There's your opacity. Show you the part on the bottom. Then the mouth. The teeth. This teeth row is the upper row. And your bottom row. And my bottom row is not perfect. I think if I zoomed in, you could see that it's actually not quite inside right, but I thought it looked fine. Because it's against this skin color, you almost can't see it's not lined up perfect. Here you got the 4 teeth. There's your upper row. Bottom row. If you wanted to, you could do without them, but I think that the fangs really kind of give part of the whole personality of what Bowsette is, so definitely kind of makes it more identifiable. Here you got the left arm armband. Let's ungroup that. And 3 circles. I didn't use triangles on the armbands because I needed to start cutting the layers to have detail, either to fix the hair or decide to give some lines here. So there's your 3 dots. I'll group those back together. You got the chest piece here. That looks awful, you know. So anyway, there's your chest piece. Since these are all black, it doesn't really matter what order these are in. This curve here on the left. And curve on the right. And this piece here, I don't know what this is called, but instead of using, I tried using this curve for the center curves, but it doesn't actually have, it doesn't give you a good angle once you scale it down right. So this ended up looking a little better than the other curves. So here's the left one and the right one. So I should cover it. If you're on console, hopefully you can make it a lot easier than what we went through on PC to do this. So right now I'm doing the mouse slider and it's like it's doing a scale, but it's another pain in the butt thing. Anyways, hopefully you guys can get this made without much of a hassle, and there you go.